Yo, hey, welcome to the East, my G. Ain't nobody better than me. Go by the name of the ultimate sound. Better watch your back when you step in my town. Okay, respect that shit. Roll up on your block and rep that shit. Cause I'm the only dude that can do it non-stop. And you the dude that always go and run and call the cops. Check it. My G. Check it.
Okay, that's not me forgetting to enable my mic. Anyway, how you all doing? I'm gonna be putting some things together tonight. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be doing, but we'll see. Kind of sleep deprived at the moment, so let's see. I'm hoping to get, like, I'm gonna put together 8-bit or however anemone is pronounced, that one, and I'm gonna, mostly it's gonna be, I'm just gonna be cleaning up some in-game models and that kind of stuff. Oh, glad to know you're doing well as well. I've been meaning to playing DRG at some point, but haven't really done that yet. Let's see where I have my there. See if I can let me actually put the UI a little bit bigger, because that can never, that's never a bad thing. And like that. That's better for this display. But let's see if I can remember my stuff here, because it's a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. Just gonna make something here. I'm gonna start with the easiest, which is the sweater, and because I've done this so many times already, I can remember that it's sweater number 16, and or I think, now I'm gaslighting myself, I'm not sure. Let me actually double check. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, like no problem. I'm not holding anybody on gunpoint here to be forced to sit around, but I'm just gonna clean this one up first and then go from there. Yeah, that's fine. Like just tune in as you want, and there's no like real panic here. Like a lot of the things here is just going to be me going through these models and cleaning them up for so that they'll look nicer, essentially. But it's kind of therapeutic in its own way. I like I like doing that. Actually, so maybe fixing a little bit of the topology here, because sometimes it ends up being a little bit messed up, especially with the trees to quads operation here, but I'm gonna take it from there. Also, I hope the music isn't too loud, and like if there's something up with that, just shout. I think I'm just gonna straight up be, let's see, no, not that one, and oh wait, no wonder it looked so off there. Much better. Just gonna make these a little bit less sharp, like that, and then let me actually change the shading view a little bit. I think that looks mighty fine for now. Then on to shading, I'm just gonna erase all of that, and where was it? I'm gonna need to do this one little silly thing. Shader node. There. Then just come on, there. Oh yeah, the shirt looks a little bit shiny at the moment, but that's okay. I'm just gonna take the roughness next. There. Take the normal map and there, and it'll look weird because I need a channel inverter for it, and then like that. Do I have? Yes, I have my settings just right, or I think at least. There. Then just take a multiply and adjust it like that. Yeah. Okay, so that's done, so we can move on to, I think probably the bigger thing, which is the hair. And we have it, where do we have number 13? Oh, let me actually, I need to, where is window capture? I need to wait, that doesn't look right. Anyway, I'm just gonna have to convert these models. I'll just have to try to remember where I put the script there. This will take a little while because just have to convert a bunch of these there. Now we have the hair. I'll change the shading a little bit on that one so I can actually tell where we're going at the moment. Yeah, I think that's good. So now we can get to the interesting or boring, or interestingly boring part of this section, which is give this a name. which is basically we just need to clean this entire thing up. I'm just gonna start with some wait, no, that's not right. Start with making these edges like sharper. This is one of those things that feels oddly therapeutic, but also kind of sometimes a little bit slow-paced. Bevel to it, and yeah, that looks a little bit silly at the moment, but that's okay. Where do I have there? And then just adding these to the sharp edges. Actually, I think I need to switch over to Eevee for a bit. Where did I put these? There, and I'll need to add this just for debugging purposes. Well, that looks kind of see if these other ones. Yeah, more or less I do them by hand, but like over time I've kind of I've made like presets, so I don't have to do them like every time by hand. So, but yeah, like they're usually something that I kind of end up doing just out of curiosity. Sometimes, like especially with skin, it can be a little bit or quite a lot of doing, but it's fun and it's interesting to say the least. Just gonna clean up this a little bit so that it's nicer for to look at. This. And sometimes it can feel a little bit nitpicky to go through these like this, but it's I don't know, it's somehow oddly therapeutic for me to do. Yeah, it's I feel like one comparison I often use when it comes to something like SFM, for instance, is that like having a phone camera. Like it's in no way it's not a bad thing. Like they're kind of made just for different purposes, and kind of similarly also like the freedom you have in Blender comes with the downsides, that all this responsibility you have to like take care of is just insane compared to maybe something. But yeah, it's and it's really cool in a way. Like if you want that kind of freedom that something like Blender offers, then it's really like a lot of things that you probably might never have, should I say, like thought you would be doing, or like things that you thought you wanted to do, kind of thing. Yeah, like hang on, let me show in a bit. There's like I've done this kind of not slider, but this kind of shader setup for the skin material that I use, where it's kind of you can sort of choose the skin texture you have from like presets if you want some from the in-game stuff, for instance, and you don't want to like use custom stuff. Oh yeah, that's probably also like one thing that might be difficult at first, is like if you're limited to the Steam Workshop about like what everything else or what everybody else is doing there, and it's like, and that's perfectly fine. Like sometimes you just want to do something and just be done with it, but like it's one of those trade-offs. But like if somebody doesn't want to be doing this kind of stuff by hand, it's like it's perfectly fine. It's just we're a lot of different people with different kinds of things we like to do, and yeah, and I think like there's like that comparison to having a camera is that if you move up or like move to from an automatic camera to like an SLR, then like all these things you now have to take care of, and it's both like it's fun and like the creative freedom you get from it, but there's some ways that you can also, like in Blender, you can make it easier in a way, so that you can sort of create presets and things, like so you don't have to be doing like double work all the time. I'm just doing this at the moment because I don't have those assets currently, or because I started over, so it's so this is like one of those times when I don't have something ready, and then later on I can just reuse. Oh yeah, it's and it's also like the Blender UI. I'm not gonna say like it's bad because it isn't. It's just a lot different, and it like if you're for the first time using Photoshop, then you're probably going to be like equally confused too. Yeah, and like I feel like with the 3D software in general, it's hard to make it beginner friendly in a way also, because I feel like it's so different maybe from what these things usually are. But yeah, it's kind of silly in a way, because I feel like my background in programming, and I'm using this text editor that basically its history dates back to like the 70s or something, and it works a little bit similarly to Blender, and it's kind of weird at first, but then when you get kind of at home with it starts to make sense in its own kind of way. I've previously used 3ds Max for some years, and like it's really overwhelming to come like take a dive into the deep end of the pool with this, because not only is it like the software is so different and the entire mindset of it, and then sort of you have all these features, and you have all these technical terms, and like there's like and like to be honest, I probably like maybe 7 or 8 years, like I yearly tried to like, hey, now I want to learn Blender, but then I kind of gave up. But kind of then Splatoon came along, and I was like, okay, I want to do something cool with this, like seeing what everybody else was doing. I wonder if this might be, and basically, yeah, and like it's one of those things like you just kind of like with a lot of things that I know personally I hated to hear, but it's one of those kind of things where you kind of just have to keep doing it so you become familiar with it, and then at some point it might just click, and you're kind of, you get this aha moment where you kind of feel like, okay, now I sort of understand. Like I feel personally my biggest like issue with Blender in general was how like two things. How hang on, that's kind of slow. Let's there. Like how can I move things around, and then also how the interface works, because often like when you start it, you're kind of poking around and kind of being curious and stuff, and you do something, and like for me it was, I wanted to click on this button here, but I went a little bit too much to the side, and you can sort of like split the view into two, and then I was kind of like, okay, how can I cancel this? How can I undo my mistake? Because I didn't want like this, so I'd end up just, you know, resizing it, and it would like just stay there and frustrate me. And like a lot of those small things for me, at least, like after I learned how to move things around, and like keep the UI somewhat sensible, then I could at least like start poking around. It took, but it's difficult though. Let me actually fix these stray. I think this hair shader might be interesting to create actually, because those are kind of like one of the first more complex ones that that need kind of like, if you want the kind of look that it has in game. Let's see, I'm gonna switch back to this view here. And I feel like one of the like really like greatest things in Blender that I learned to love was that you can isolate things. Like if you just want this shirt and this hair, you can select them, and then the default is the division button on the numpad, and it'll just, you know, keep those in view, and then when you hit it again, it kind of jumps back, and it's really great. There. Okay, so airtime. Also, this might look a little bit different from the default Blender shaders, and it's mainly because I use another rendering engine, but it's kind of the same, but still a bit different. Let's see, the theme color one. I'll just move it there, and to mix that, this is probably going to at first be really cappy colored, because that's the color I have here, but that'll change a bit later. Also, I kind of have this kind of thing for trying to organize things in this kind of way where all the textures are just on this one side, and then what I'm doing, it's always like going to the right, because trying to keep a little bit of order in it, because it, like the shaders in general, they can get quite confusing as well, and then you kind of have to go into that too. There, okay, that's kind of weird looking still, but I'll just have this channel inverter here and there. There, I think I'm gonna need some sunlight instead, because then it's easier to see the translucency effects on the hair when I get to that. I'm gonna use the roughness map here and put it into there. And let's see, I need the thickness texture and the transmission, and these are usually the these are usually the ones with trying to make the the GPU I currently have is hang on, let's see if I can remember it correct. It's a 4080, but I used to have like a 3060, which like they're pretty much equal, just like the rendering speed like will be different. Also, there's a lot of like rendering settings that you can change to make rendering faster, because like usually if you use the default Blender settings, it's really, how would I say, like not overkill, well, overkill sort of, like, you know, like renders end up taking a lot of time because of that. Okay, so there's the thickness. I think Blender might, I don't know how well Blender works with AMD cards. One thing, actually, hang on, let me see if, because it's worth, okay, let's see, I need to put up the settings window, because I don't know if it's still an issue, but for me, at least, in Blender settings, there's on the left side, there's system settings and cycles render devices. And that's, for some reason, for me at least, has always defaulted to none. And if it's on none, then it means that when you render, it won't use your GPU for that. So I think it was, I can't remember if AMD used like one of these two, but like using that will speed it up a lot if it's set to none. Yeah, I kind of like, last year I ended up upgrading my machine like a lot, because the one I had was like 12 years old or something. It was like an i3 or i5. But I've noticed that like the CPU doesn't really matter that much when it comes to Blender, because Blender kind of just meh, I don't care. But yeah, it was kind of like this kind of lucky or a good place and time for that. I switched jobs and had like the had the chance to just do a full upgrade, and it turned out it was really good. Yeah, like I feel like a lot of like biggest change was I kind of jumped from a 1060 to I got like a second-hand 3060 for a while, and then went from that to the 4080, and it was just, oh my god, the difference was so huge. But there was also like I think the negative side about the 4080 is kind of like it's so damn big and it's so power hungry that if it's a warm summer day here, then I don't want to do anything with Blender, because it'll get really warm here in this in the room. Then I'll Yeah, and like I have to dig around because I had like a comparison picture of the older GPU and like the new one, and it's like holy crap. But yeah, it's insane because the last time that I kind of did any kind of 3D was like 10 years before, and that was kind of like hobbyist stuff still, like, well, still is. And there was like no GPU acceleration for rendering, and things that would like take hours of rendering, like just this kind of lighting would just kind of be real time, and that would just mess me up so much. That's kind of... Oh, right, no wonder it's there. Think next up I'm gonna need eyebrows for this fella. See if I can remember it right. Oh yeah, it's like it. I'm really happy with how well it works, and especially this rendering engine that I'm using is really good at utilizing it as well. Let's see. Don't want this. Wait, no, those were the wrong ones. I want the one with the cut. It's that one. That'll be nice enough. Nice enough for now. Then I'm just gonna do the same kind of clean up for this, which will be a little bit easier. But yeah, there's a lot of like really nice like things that you can use for to make like these for instance, like with the eyebrows, because they're not like they're not entirely attached to the skin, and there's this modifier called shrink wrap, which is perfect for this, because then you can just take like, okay, I want this object here, and I just want it to be on the surface of this other object, and it's really great for that there. And then oh yeah, one thing that kind of bit me in the ass with the modifiers in general is that the order of them matters. But it's something that you kind of catch up with it also, but it's a lot of trial and error, and it can be frustrating. It can be. It's frustrating. Yeah, and like the reason why the order matters is that basically the modifiers, if you think of them as a pipe, where usually like the result of whatever you're doing is passed to the next one. So like subdivision makes like it smoothens the surface out by creating more polygons or more detail. But it also means like if you start transforming that, then now you're working on much more detail, and that'll lead to like it being choppy and stuff. There, I'm still not sure about the hair, but I'm gonna pretend that it's gonna be fine like this. Then I'm just gonna have to make this there. I need the that. Then I need the theme color texture here, and where did I have my theme color? There. One thing I've really learned to love in Blender is doing node groups, which is basically just taking a bunch of these nodes and putting them, like creating a node out of that. And the reason being like you can put stuff you want to use in a lot of places inside that, and then just use that for everything. Because like for here, for example, like, okay, I have the hair, which uses the color, and I have like the eyebrows, and then I can go into the node group and just change the color, and it'll change wherever it's used. But it's also one of those things that you don't, maybe you're not familiar at first, because there's so much like stuff you already kind of have to deal with. Oh. There. Okay, so this is kind of looking better already. So now I just need the glasses, and I need the shoes. Why did I... There. I hope that window wasn't in front all the time. And I have to change the skin color actually, because they were a lot paler, I think. But still have older names. Older names here. Think I'll Also, one thing I really learned to love in with Blender especially is using render regions. Basically, if your especially if your hardware is a bit struggles with performance, then you can just like choose one part of the view that you want to render, and it'll just render that part, and it's a really good feature. Okay, I'm gonna eyebrows. There, okay, we have the gear. I want the I use like a ton of these collections just because it helps keep stuff a little bit more organized. I think I need to actually look what the ID for the, was it 21? No, 22. Yeah, there. I'll import the glasses. There's the head, and where's I-22? There. There's still the issue of having to attach or parent this stuff to each other, but that's something for later, because I'm gonna take and oh, it's great. I've I've kind of been waiting for it, and I was kind of suspecting that it'll end up happening now with the side order when they bring like old Splatoon 2 gear back. But I'm happy about it. It's great. Oh, oops. I'm gonna do this to fix these up a little bit, like so. Yeah, I'm really happy about the top making it into the game, because now I can I can finally use that. there. Let's see. Now comes the boring part, or not boring, but just clicking through everything here, and I usually realize that like I don't have to do this, but it's one of those things where it feels, oh yeah, please do it. Like if you find it, I'll be happy to hop in and yoink, because sometimes it's it can be frustrating to try to find like a piece of gear, especially if it's something like that you've been looking for. Need to go through these a little bit, and that's pretty good for now. I feel like this is doing these glasses is probably like the the biggest thing having to do with this model, to be honest, because they have like, it's insane the amount of details that the artists have put into these models, like in a good way. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry too much about all the small details right now, but just like the worst offenders. So trying to remember how and where anything was going to be going. So oh, not that. care. I think I'm almost worst little silly things done with. Almost, but not quite. Oh hey Miga, how's your night or evening or morning? I don't know which is it for you. In any way, how's that time of the day working for you? Yeah, that's good to hear though. Pretty good. Just a bit tired because I haven't really slept that well, but I'm thinking about looking at doing something with Blender, and then at some point when I get tired, I'm just gonna go and eat. But doing fine though. It's I feel like working with Blender is always kind of not a fun distraction, but you get to do something visible, and also cleaning up gear like this is kind of therapeutic in its own way. Oh wait, that's missing the edges entirely. We can't have that. Much better. I also learned a new shortcut today in Blender that helps with edit mode a ton, which especially with the Splatoon models helps. .10. Then just the rims. Just the rims missing, and then I'm done with this. Oh, we can't have these edges here either. Okay, and then just this other side, and then then I'm free. Then it's on the home stretch. Have to remove these triangles from here so that I can work a little bit better. There, and then I'll take yeah, that looks fine, and then it's just this part, and it should be just a matter of adding textures. Wait, do I see bad topology? No, we cannot have that. Oh yeah, that's fine. Now it's just a matter of adding these. Also, there's something about like metallic surfaces that Octane just does it so well that I'm a huge sucker for that thing. theme color so that we can get the proper colors for this. There's the parameters. Let's just hide those. Where's the roughness? Also, if there's like these green or greenish colored normal maps, and to get them to the blue ones, it's just inverting the blue color. Wait, no, that's not. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's everything. It looks kind of nice already. Now just for the shoes and then correcting colors. Shoes, and then we go for. Let me actually double check also the gear for that, because 43, yeah. There. Just gonna clean this up. Let's add some bevel to this one as well. And where's my subdivision there? I'll just be lazy and, or maybe not. Ew. I have no idea what. Well, I mean, that's a minor detail anyway, so. I'll just decide to be willfully ignorant about it. Oh, that looks much better already. Other games? Sorry, I didn't notice your message, but other games like outside of Splatoon, like Astroneer is one of my all-time favorites. It's my comfort game, but then there's like a fair bit of I like rhythm games, and I used to play them quite a lot, like some years ago, but then and also like probably I don't know if it's the weirdest one, but I love playing Dwarf Fortress. It's such like a good one, and like maybe difficult at first to get into, but it's such a good one when you do get into it. And then there's I think one of the games that I've quite a lot been playing as well, which I feel like playing right now because of its roguelite nature, is Everspace, which is really good as well. I mean, Dwarf Fortress, I don't know if it's if you can call it a game as much as like if you know RimWorld, it's like RimWorld is like a light version of Dwarf Fortress in a way. Kind of like the main game mode is just well, you got a bunch of dwarves and you're trying to get them to do things that you're not commanding them directly to, hey, you do this, but it's more like, hey, I want this place to be dug up, and then whoever has the job for that does it. But it's really like the simulation in that is really detailed and like honestly insane. But actually, like I think it's one of my like favorites also, like from already from like the spirit of the game, because it's essentially two guys who have been developing it for 16 years now, and I mean, it got released on Steam, which costs something, but you can also download it from their site for free. And like the entire thing kind of with it is that well, it's ASCII graphics or text graphics, but you can get like tile sets to it, and like the entire thing, why it's so complex and like rich, is basically because the devs decided, well, fuck graphics, because we don't like it's just gonna take a lot of time to develop that. Oh, hey Tava. Yeah, like Dwarf Fortress is one of those games when like I love to read stories that people have about it. It's such a good one. And like I mean, the game's kind of unofficial or official tagline is losing is fun, because you kind of have to have your civilization ruined, and then you kind of figure out what happened, why that happened, and it's equal parts depressing and equal parts really hilarious to see how you ended up losing. Oh yeah, drawbridges are notorious for breaking physics. I didn't know that if your dwarves are underground long enough, they get like and they go outside. After that they start vomiting, and they get sick because basically they've lived underground so long, like sunlight is too strong. And I had a raid on my fort, and the only one who was capable of getting the raiders out was a tame pet alpaca who just went to town on them, like, because everybody else was just like fainting and vomiting. And that's kind of like, oh yeah, that sounds like Dwarf Fortress, all right. It's incredible. There's a no-clip documentary on it that's very worth watching. I think the drawbridges actually, didn't they had the silly name of Dwarven Atom Smasher because you could basically just smash anything with them. Okay, so now the shoes belt part is, I guess, done, maybe. I think I'll have to. Yeah, that's such a minor detail. I don't have to worry. Then I'll just have to handle this silly shoe, and then like the bulk of the thing is done. I need bevel. It always needs bevel. Then after this I can finally get to binding this to the rig so that it can be posed so that the clothes, even the clothes follow the model. I'm gonna Oh, thanks for dropping by though. Hope you had fun, and yeah, thanks, and good luck on, or have fun. Oh, you mean the principled BSDF was big? I mean, like, we have the universal material that has like a few other ones. Like this one hides into this pill shape, but this one hides into like this hilarious ball. But actually, I rarely use the universal material, but there's like, if you have a need for a lot of things in the same one, then that's there. But usually you can, I get by like just using a simpler one. There's like the default is like the glossy material, which looks like this because you can add layers on top of it. I'll just do this and then there's the roughness. Also, one thing that I usually end up doing with the roughness is that, I mean, it's kind of fine, but I feel like the roughness by itself is kind of too much, so I just end up multiplying it by like 0.8 or something and make it a little bit more less perfectly matte. Yeah, that one. We just mark these ones here because so that subdivision then doesn't screw this up. Let me just change the lighting a little bit. Yeah, this is almost done now, but this is the oddly therapeutic part. Just a matter of having to spin around to see how, like, where the sharp corners are. Yeah, there, and it's this one. Because it's good after like later on you can just you don't have to reselect everything, but you can just select by similar traits, and I think I have to remove those. I kinda need the bevel here. Oh yeah, that looks so much nicer. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, can't forget that one either. Well, almost everything done, but there. I'll have to grab these corners and oops, that's fine for now. I wonder if but yeah, somehow randomly I today stumbled on holding control while selecting edges, and it selects basically between 2 points the shortest path, which is really great, because sometimes it can be a little bit annoying to try to get these corners. Yes. almost. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So now I'll just have to make a copy of this one so that we can put it on the other foot. Let me and that we can do by just we scale it. The fun part about making a mirror copy is just scaling it negatively, and then it's mirrored. Wait, is that correct? Actually, I'll just try something out here. Just I have to check if I'm like. Oh yeah, it was correct. There. First I'll make a copy of the shoe, flip it to the other side, and I'll have to rename those, and then we do the same thing for this one. And we take that, we take the shirt, and we bind it to the rig. Yoink, like that. Then we take the glasses and we bind it to the head, so that where is it? That's fine. The eyebrows and hair isn't following yet. That's next. So we take the hair and the rig and bind that to the head, and everything but the eyebrows follows, and except that the clothes aren't still following, but that's expected. There's actually, because this has the in-game weights on it, so I'll just have to rename those, and let me actually just plop this. Oh yeah, that works nicely. Now it's just a matter of where did I put this? Wait, don't I have Rigify enabled? What the heck? Oh yeah, I do. Really check because there's can't remember which one was the well, I'll just assume that this is the Rigify rig because I need to bind the eyebrows. So time for some of this where I just essentially basically I'll just have to recreate the rig, but that's fine because it's that's actually not a really big deal. Then I'll just have to ensure that the bones are on the skin. So I'll have this snapping mode face project. I'll just no align rotation to target. And then I'll just nudge them a little bit so that they are basically put on the surface of the model where I want the eyebrows to be. Yeah, that looks about right. Because it's really handy because I can move it like this and it'll actually like always stay on the surface. So now I'll just have to regenerate the rig, and that's from where's the regenerate rig right there, and boom, it's done. I did it because I wanted the eyebrow controls to align with the eyebrows that this model actually has. Because let's see if this automatic stuff works. Where is it? Mesh online and there. Oh, right, I need to. It works kind of good. Let's see. Oh yeah, remove the snapping. If it still looks oh yeah, that looks pretty nice actually. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Now I'll just have to go to my most visited page, I think, at the moment, which is Wikipedia's page on ink color, because God forbid I remember these. There. Then I'll just simply go and oh yeah. Try with another. Oh, scheisse. Sorry, I forgot the belt buckles. Oh well. I don't think it had anything metallic in it. I hope. Let's see. Oh no, it was just where's my channel inverter? There. Then we use roughness. Oh yeah, that looks kind of better now. Oh yeah, that's nice. I think I'm gonna save that. Mm-hmm. There. Let me try. Oh. Yeah. It's kind of silly always. I mean, it's probably like you can fix it also like from configuration, but it's honestly like it's such a small thing to do. Wonder if wait, what? Where is it? I kind of want to add some dispersion to it. Oh. That looks nice, but I know like it's gonna punish my render time so hard. Oh yeah, it already is kind of but then again, that kind of looks nice in the reflection. I kind of want to have it. I don't wanna remove. Wait, where are the eyebrows? Why are you like this? Maybe where is it? I'll wait a minute for it to. Or do I have to? Yeah, no, they're being kind of assholey right now. Wait, I'm gonna actually try to do something really silly. I'm gonna make a new like make a new vertex group that just has the left one. Oh God. Sometimes we do a little bit of something silly. There, if I have actually no idea if this is gonna work, but that's okay. Then we use vertex weight mix, I think, yeah, and mask vertex group, that, then I want the left one and I want to just yeah, like that, and then no, actually scrap that. I don't, my head isn't working right now good enough, so I'll just, oh, I think I know why it didn't work. Let's see. Yes. That armature was the last one instead of the first one, so let's see. Oh yeah, now it works. Woohoo! Yeah, now we have eyebrows. Oh yeah, that works quite wonderfully. I'll just have to see, yeah, the shirt. They have the color. Oh yeah, that's wonderful. Oh yeah, thanks. Like, I love like I love myself a good gremlin. Like absolutely one of my favorite features about about the models is when you just see those. Oh yeah, right. Let's see. Oh yeah. Never mind that. You didn't see that. Where is it? There. And then just use. Absolutely love the. Oh, good morning. How's your morning going? I guess I'll have to budge and remove this dispersion because it's kind of making it take ages to. Oh, sorry to hear you're having a sore throat. Hope it gets better, or you have something that you can take for that at least. I'm actually surprised I got the booster shot like 2 days ago, and I feel a little bit maybe like having a cold, but not that bad, and so that's actually pretty good. Let's see if oh yeah, actually let me. I'm gonna link up for good measure. Here's I'm just using this as the playlist. I'm scared. Oh yeah, I still have the. If I even have to do this for it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Let me actually try to do this little thing about it. And I'll get to see if my audio skips or not. Oh no, it doesn't. I guess it's the big eyeglasses frames that end up making giving like this not angry look, but this kind of gremlin-like touch to it. Oh yeah. I mean, they're so big, so it kind of obscures like the eyebrows a little bit, and also I don't think this is like correct, because Octane, are you drunk? Hang on, let me. Like the amount of memory it apparently has taken is yeah, I don't think that's actually accurate. No, don't worry, it's fine. I just have a huge GPU. Oh yeah, I forgot to enable the denoiser. Yeah, sometimes a little bit of silly things might end up happening. We can uncover renders one chunk at a time. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good actually. Oh shite. Sorry. There. Now the setup kind of in a silly way, because I'm not sharing like the entire screen, so let's see. Yeah, that's. I think I'm gonna try with like removing that let's try with, I want to try out with some other lighting conditions because of course. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Just gonna enable the lower resolution rendering like that. There's something about how this handles those HDRs as well is so nice. But now they look sillier. Aggressively silly. Let's see, there might... I love that emote so much because it's such a goofy thing. Wonder if I had like... Where was my camera? There. I want to see if this where did I put that one that I had made myself? There. Yeah, this is kind of one that it's not entirely correct because the sun isn't really like... The sun should be shining, but it isn't. But I have something else here. Oh no, that was... Come on. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, like HDRIs, especially like if they're photos, then it can be a little bit challenging to get one. Or then taking like an HDR panorama that where you kind of just clamp the like the brightest points. Actually, that Northern Lights one looked really good for the eyes. Yeah, that... Now, now we're getting into the silly territory of, what if you had caustics enabled, but that might be a little bit... That could be... that could be for later on, at least. Oh yeah, that's the stereotypical movie thing. So let me take and save this. One of the things that I like about like making that kind of movie-ish look is just using like the ultra-wide aspect ratio and using like an anamorphic anamorphic ratio for your optics, so that they're just oval shaped instead of the usual. Let me actually... I use my favorite light background here. Oh too bright! There, and then... Where is my aperture aspect? Like that. Oh yeah, this is the magic checkbox here. Like, well, it kind of looks still good, but then you just put that on and making the grungiest renders with just tons of aberration and everything. Eight-bit cinematic universe. I like how the lens flare and everything ends up leaking outside of the frame because of it being like a post effect. Actually, I wonder if also just putting all of this on top of each other is a very silly way to get a bunch of noise. But that's okay, we can just throw more samples at it. I mean, isn't that how rendering works? You throw more computing power at it and like, oh yeah, that's kind of silly. I tried it out and it's like it's one of those things. I mean, it works and it's kind of genius. Let me actually. Oh yeah, I forgot the denoiser again. That's not very noise. Oh yeah, like the physically based camera thing, it was like, I think I had to go to like 25,000 samples or something, and it started to be pretty good, and then it renders it on like hilariously like in a really like big resolution and with the color filters, but it's cool. But it's kind of cool, like with cycles as well, if you just don't limit samples and use render regions, you can. It's a good way to see how or to estimate like how many samples you might want to use, because you can just check it like okay, when does it start to look good enough, but it's always like a ballpark anyway. Oh, just 600,000 hours. Is it from have you looked at the source, or like what, like the, is it like a data type upper bound or something? Oh, YouTube is crying, not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth frame rate. I wonder if my bitrate isn't enough for this absolute noise fest. I think Octane actually, in Blender at least, I think it hard caps it at like 1,000,000 samples, because when you're using render regions you can just forget it on and it'll keep rendering until like you do something, and which works pretty well with caustics, because you can just forget about it and wonder why your machine is just putting out really like a lot of warm air. Let's see, that's starting to... But it's kind of cool, like Octane has like this, I mean, it has the path tracing kernel, which is like basically what I'm using now, but then for like higher noise situations it has like this PMC kernel, which is basically what was the term for it? It was like an unbiased mutating kernel that kind of works like the adaptive sampling, but less on image data and more on like the sampling itself. It's really slow, but it's really good for noise. Or good against it, but I just remember our favorite Blender related resource having a little shit fit over the amount of noise that I shared in a screenshot, and after that I've kind of started memeing it. Okay, I'm actually gonna try to let's see if I can switch this over to there we go. Kinda wanna try something out with this. Oh wait, I realized I did a little bit of an oopsie. I didn't take the denoised output. That's fine. Let's see if I can just click funny easy mode and oh yes. See. No, I didn't want to export a full-size version. Well, love the kind of smug face that this like the Splatoon models end up allowing you to do. Let's see. Let me. Well, that's a diva pose if I know one. Where was the parking lot? Well, I'll just use that instead.
You'd like to hear a bedtime story?
Oh yeah. Wonder if I had some other Oh shit, maybe I have to make myself a banner from this. I love that pouty face. I can't. No, I just kind of wanna fool around with the with these. Actually, that could be a funny idea to just like after these kind of sessions, just making like a wallpaper of it or something, and kind of wanna. Oh yeah, office mode. No, no. Yeah, this is enough vignetting. Hang on, maybe I'll have to go and see if I use this. that. Where did I... should have... Does this work? No? Or do I have to use like a black body emission? I'm just trying to see, because I have like a... Don't worry, this is perfectly normal. Well, maybe I'll just... I'll just use this instead. Let me actually go and see if I can find... Where's my password manager? It's like a bunch of... HDR probes. Let me see. Oh, that looks nice. If you don't mind the hovering in pure nothing. Oh yeah, it's out of sight and out of mind. Oh yeah, I think like I'm gonna go with something like this. There it is. Actually, where is it? Actually, that ended up looking kind of nice. Gonna save that one too. Just enable the denoiser, I think. Wait, what was this? Yeah, I'm actually gonna make a render out of this because I think I'm gonna have to start ending this one, but this is a fun idea to keep on building at least, because that could be kind of nice to have something at the end like this. And I'm gonna see how if this ends up taking a while. I don't think so. I'm making like a 4K. No, like nothing really happened. I just realized the time is kind of a lot and I haven't slept for a good while, so I'm realizing now that I'm getting kind of tired. But I'm gonna I'm gonna finish this one because it ended up looking really nice. Come on. Halfway done. The lighting ended up looking really nice, even though I'm kind of those strands of hair that I forgot to subdivide are now coming back to haunt me. But we don't talk about that. I'm gonna post this on Twitter afterwards. Because I feel like that could be a fun thing to have, like something at the end of the after like setting up. I have like a few other characters I need to set up, so I'm probably going to be streaming like maybe not tomorrow, but next week at least, quite a bit of those. I feel like it's easier to be doing these things when I kind of explain what I'm doing, because then I kind of catch myself off guard if I start doing something entirely else. Let's see. There. Let's see. Oh yeah, sure, you can eat it if you want. Yeah, I kind of forgot the proper colors, but this is 8-bit hair colors and then anemone eyes. So it's kind of like a compromise. I swear it was entirely on purpose and not that I forgot or anything. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's really... Come on, why are you showing me the... Where was it again? Oh well, I'll just use that. There. Then back to Blender. I wonder if... Wait, actually, let me... I'm gonna make this re-render. I'm gonna yoink myself to the bathroom real quick here in between, so I'm gonna be right back. I'll leave this on. Oh, welp, it's almost done. Oh I just realized, wait. She's missing the eyeglasses. Oh well, I'm gonna make another one after this. Or actually, I think what I'm gonna do is, when this is done, I'm probably gonna like end this stream and then put it to render the glasses version 1, and so I'll have a chance to get something to eat before finishing that, and then probably going to sleep afterwards. Gonna have a day of organizing too much tomorrow, so there. But yeah, hey, I'm gonna end this here, and I'm gonna post the finished one in like a half an hour on Twitter, so after I just after this gets done and I get something in me so I can keep on living as well. But yeah, hey, thanks for watching though, because I enjoy doing this because I get to do some rubber duck debugging for myself, which is really helpful because speaking out your thoughts always works nicely. But yeah, hey, thanks so much for coming, and I'm probably going to stream quite a couple of times next week, and with this similar, I need to set up a few characters, so for like some art trades and stuff, so I'm going to stream those that I've agreed that with, but yeah, hey, thanks for coming. I'm gonna go eat something and put this on Twitter and then also on Blue Sky for others to enjoy. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get some food and try to stay awake for a little while longer. So but yeah, I'll see you next week at least, and stuff. But yeah, glad to see you all here, and hope to see you again someday. But yeah, I'm gonna go.